Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim doing and pushing his word in sincerity and truth worldwide, and a sincere shalom to the elect. Now, I was watching this video. This is why I dubbed it a quote from the horse's mouth, right? I was watching this video that Apostle Elder Tahar had made, on these Edomites here. They study war, okay? World War III won't begin in Iran, but in the U.S., here's why. Anyways, so Esau Edom, he's a man that studies war, man, okay? He's a man that, he doesn't care if blood is running. Even if it's his own blood, he don't care. As long as he's benefiting from that blood being ran, all right? Once again, as long as he's benefiting from it, he don't care, okay? Just get into this real quick. Buy when there is blood in the streets, even if the blood is your own. The most famous quote regarding buying during times of war is often attributed to Baron Rothchild, okay? And yeah, these men study war, okay? From the beginning, when you go back to Cain, all right? When you go into Cain's name, Quayan, goes into like a dagger, a spear, a weapon, okay? So this is his nature, all right? This is his nature. This is how he's been. And from time, if he can't get it by asking, he's going to take it by blood. And that, let's go into Genesis, that was a part of his blessing, okay? What am I doing? Genesis chapter 27, verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shall thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob, Salakia, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. So from the beginning, even when you go into Genesis 25:22, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahweh, and Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Okay? So you see that we're different from the beginning. Going back to the garden, Cain and Abel. All right? So this man's always been about war. He's always been about blood. Okay? So when you go back into the blessings that he's been blessed with, that sword, by that sword shall I live. And this is how he's living today. This is why he has the fatness of the earth. Okay, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right? He went raping, pillaging, taking, conquering, right? He did all that. And he keeps neat notes, perfect notes. Okay, so he can't run. Because out of his own mouth, out of the horse's mouth, all right? So you can't, the track record's there, so you can't run, you can't hide. All right? So going back into this, let's go to let me get in the NLT here. So from the beginning, this creep has had a taste for blood. Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5. Your eternal hatred for the people of Israel led you to butcher them when they were helpless. What eternal hatred? When you go back to Genesis, that we read right here, Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. Okay? He was crying over that blessing, but he was weak. That's his own damn fault. Okay? But He's always had an eternal hatred ever since the garden. All right. And coming into reincarnation as Esau Edom, you know, he was weak. He couldn't hold up. Sold his birthright. Got mad, wept, got angry. You should be angry at your damn self, man. Okay? But like I said, this man studies war. Your eternal hatred for the people of Israel led you to butcher them when they were helpless. Okay? When I had already punished them for all their sins, surely as I live, saith Yahweh, since you showed no distaste, you see that? No distaste for blood, I will give you a bloodbath of your own. Your turn has come. And we're seeing these nations turning on Babylon. You know, we're seeing the hatred from the world being turned against Babylon, right? Because they're a cruel people. Scriptures tell you that. Proverbs 12:10. A righteous man guard the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. Yeah, these guys will come into your land, rip it all up, tear it all up, kill your people, and then step back and say, yeah, okay, now we can talk, all right? Now we can talk after I've decimated you, all right? After I raped and pillaged you, now we can talk, all right? And you got to beg Esau for whatever he's going to give you, all right? That's his tender mercies being shown to you from this wicked fucking devil, okay? And by his sword he lives, man. Ever since these demons came on the earth, that's when peace was taken from the earth, man. Okay? Tells you that in Maccabees. We're going to get into that too as well. But these men will come in, tear your whole land up, kill your people, kill little girls, women, children, whatever, boys, and then turn around on the same speech and say, have we not helped you? Did we not get rid of the terrorists that was a government, the same government that you put in place? You know, you gotta understand, these people study war. This is why they'll do these things, put these guys in place, and then another 10 years later you hear of some corruption and we gotta go in there and save the people. You put this corrupt man in there. You put corrupt situations, scenarios that you set up where you know this person is going to go for the gold and not help their people. You know, because they're coming out of poverty. They're coming out of a situation of me, right? I want now, I could die, right? And that's the same thing with the mindset of our people. Me, give me now. YOLO, you only live once. So this is why this is why it's so easy for him to get his enterprise off in these other countries and amongst different peoples with his philosophies, right? Once again, like I said, this man studies war. Okay? When there is blood in the streets, even if the blood is your own. You see that? That's the tender mercies of this man. Let's go to something real quick. I don't think it's Psalms 5 and 6. No, is it? Yeah. Psalms chapter 5 and verse 6. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. Yahweh will abhor the bloody and deceitful man. Okay? And who's that bloody and deceitful man? That bloody and deceitful man is, bingo, you got it, Esau Edom. Okay? Let me see something there. You will destroy those who tell lies. Yes, that's Esau. Yahweh detests murderers and deceivers, and that's Esau Edom, man. Okay, this is why you can't trust him. Okay? Yep. Going back off of that, let me see. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. Yahweh will abhor the bloody and deceitful man. And who's that bloody and deceitful man? That's right. That's Esau, Edom. This is why the scriptures say in Nahum, woe to the bloody city. Nahum 3:1, woe to the bloody city, Babylon. That's the bloody city right there, okay? It is full of what? Lies and robbery. Going back into that, you will destroy those who tell lies. Esau, Edom, he's the king of that, okay? Remember the scriptures, they tell you that he only consult to cast us down from our excellency. And let me get something real quick before that. Psalms chapter 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Okay? These wicked people are born sinners. Even from birth, they have lied and gone their own way. Bombaclats. Can't get no more wickeder than that, man. From your birth, you already made the decision. Hey, that was there was a short where this little Australian Edomite girl was like, oh, a black man ate the cookies and the cookies all around her face. Her mom came in, or whoever came in and asked her what happened to the cookies. She goes, a black man came, and the mom was laughing like it's a joke, you know? But let's go to this real quick. Psalms, lambing back off of right here, them leasing and telling lies, right? And on top of that too, what does the scripture say? There was a scripture that I just came off of there. Fuck, yeah. Oh, man. Just had it there in my head. But anyways, let's get into this. Yeah, they only consent to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but inwardly they curse, Selah. And yeah, let me get that real quick before I get Nahum. And this is what they do. You can't trust Esau, Edom. You know, this is why there's a saying that shake with the right hand, they draw you in with the shake with the right and pull you in and stab you in the back with the left. Okay? Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 25. When he speaketh fair, believe him not. There are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be shown before the whole congregation. As a matter of fact, let me switch it. Let me get Psalm 62 here. I'm going to read it NLT. Yeah, Psalm 62 and 4. Let me get Proverbs chapter 26 and 5. Let's get this. They pretend to be kind. NLT, Proverbs 26 and 25. They pretend to be kind, but don't believe them. Their hearts, mine, are full of many evils. While their hatred may be concealed by trickery, their wrongdoing will be exposed in public. And everybody's hating these people now. Everybody's looking at them saying, this the man? This guy right here? Is this the man? The one that lead the whole world in continual stroke of wickedness? This guy right here? You know, everything is being shown before the congregation, right? They pretend to be kind. That's why going back into Slakia, they pretend to be kind, but don't believe them, right? They speak all these nice things to you, okay? While their hatred may be concealed by trickery, and that speech, that pretending to be kind, that's trickery, okay? Their wrongdoing will be exposed in public, and right now, they're being exposed, all right? Everybody's seeing them for who they are. Psalm 62 and verse 4, they only consent to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly, Selah. Yeah, going back into this, they pretend to be kind, but don't believe them, okay? The hatred, you know, it is concealed by trickery. That same speech, okay, as in the KJV, whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be shown before the whole congregation. That deceitful talking, man. Those fierce speeches. Okay? And we keep telling you, you know, rest of you Israelites out there, but you're not listening, man. Okay? So going back into this, these men are ones who are studiers of war, man. Okay? Bloody men. That's why it says, woe to the bloody city. Nahum chapter 3 and verse 1. Woe to the bloody city, Babylon. Okay? How was it taken? Taken by blood. Taken by blood. Okay? They slaughtered the Native Americans. They slaughtered the buffalo. This man got down on everything, man. What does it say? Lay down or get down, man. And they did that just to starve out the rest of the Native Americans, Gadites. Okay? Woe to the bloody city, it is full of lies. They love those lies, man. Those are one of Esau Edom's weapons. All right? And robbery, the prey departeth not. Yeah, we can't get on ships and planes to just leave. We're all in this man's system. And he feels like he is God. He feels like he owns us as cattle. Okay? But his show is going to cut short soon enough, man. Let's go to this real quick. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 5. Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. Right? When this man is taken down, hey, nobody's going to be stepping in the way to say, stop this, stop it. They just made a mistake. No. They're all going to wish and want for it, okay? Because these are the things that the Lord is putting in these nations' minds. It's the Lord's determination. It's the Lord's movie. All right? And this bloody man, he going to get taken out, okay? Let's go to Habakkuk chapter 2. He ruled the nations let's go back to that. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. Right? That's Esau Edom. Okay? That continual stroke. War, bloody man. That's the thing that's upon his mind. Habakkuk chapter 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desires hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that laid on himself with thick clay, debt. Okay? And what? He's increasing in that which is not his. Neither keep it at home. Okay? He is a proud man, who enlarges his desires hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. Okay? As the earth, the grave. You put bones, you put a body in there. Within months, that thing gone. Back to ashes, dirt to dirt, So you could keep putting bodies in the earth. The earth's just going to keep receiving them. The worms are going to eat them, and back to dirt. Okay? Back to ashes, as they say. So is this man's appetite for those things that are not his. Okay? And he will use war. He will use his war tactics, as the scriptures say what? Where he's not knowing, he will do thee a mischief. Yeah. Sirach chapter 19 and verse 26. There's a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly, but inwardly he is full of deceit, casting down his countenance and making as if he heard not. Where he is not known, he will do thee a mischief before thou be aware. And, here it is, and if for want of power he be hindered from sinning, Yet when he findeth opportunity, he will do evil. Remember, what's his power? Lies and the sword. Okay? By that sword he has taken over many countries and many places, many peoples, okay, of many tongues. Romans chapter 3 and verse 13. Their throat is an hopeless sepulchre, a grave, okay? With their tongues they have used deceit. You see a practice with this man. You see a pattern with this individual, right? The poison of asps is under their lips, whose mouth is full of cursing and bitterness. Their feet are swift to shed blood. Destruction and misery on their way. Remember, are in their ways, Slakia. Remember, it says, since you had no distaste for blood, oh bloody man, okay, deceitful and bloody man that he is. Destruction and misery are in their ways. Remember, in Baruch, it tells you, in the lands that we were captive, miserable. Let me get it real quick. I don't want to botch it. Is it here? No. Verse 4. Miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoice at thy fall. See, miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. So you see, this is Esau, Edom. They're the miserable ones. They can't, they know something's wrong. Okay? Destruction and misery are in their ways, and the way of peace they have not known. There is no fear of God before their eyes, man. So what do you think with a man like that? This is why this quote is here. Buy when there is blood in the streets, even if the blood is your own. This man studies war. This man's a war king, as they would say, okay? He has no distaste for blood, man. No regard for life, okay? A righteous man regard the life of his beast. These guys just mow down whole fucking fields of buffalo just like that, just to starve out people. Shows you how he studies things, man. He doesn't do it in a righteous light. He studies it in a wicked light, man. Okay? Let me say it like that. Look at Cain. Gets jealous, pissed off very easily. He's very emotional. He's a carnal man. Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red. That power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Who do you think that is? That's talking about Esau, Edom, buddy. All right? First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servant spirit ruled every one in his place. And after his death they all put crowns upon themselves, so did his sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth from these wicked ass niggas, man. Okay? These wicked ass niggas, man. Yup. Going back into Genesis chapter 27 and 41. The man said he got that hatred in his blood. And going back into verse 40, wait, by that sword, okay? By that sword, man, shall I live. Let's go that, right? Verse 40. And by that sword shall I live, man. Okay? I have that perpetual hatred against us. Yup, let's get the last scripture here. This man studies war. You could bank on it, man. Okay? You jakes think that you got your little pew-pews that... No, this man got stuff that'll just smoke you. Just like that, man. Okay? Psalms chapter 55 and verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. This deceit, these lies, okay? It sound good. It sound too good to be true. And it is too good to be true. But war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords, the same damn sword, that he went out to live with. What was this? But thou, O Yahweh, shall bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half their days, but I will trust in thee. That's right, when they get sent over to that fucking place, that pit over there, Jehoshaphat, judgment, okay, Yahweh Shabbat, the Lord's judgment is going to be poured out upon them, okay? Yeah, you know, but main point, war was in his heart, okay? You can't trust this man, okay? There's no peace with this man. This man is about war, about killing, laying niggas the fuck out, man, okay? So that's why I said, you know, straight from the horse's mouth. When I seen this video here, I said, you see, this man does sit down and study all types of skunt, man. Study how to hit you with a fucking heart attack gun, microwave gun, you know? This man has no regard for life, man. Okay? In fact, he think he could create life, right? So anyways, you know, straight from the horse's mouth. Boy, when there is blood in the streets, even if it is your own blood. Wow. And that was from Baron Rothchild. All right? So yeah, this man studies war, man. He's a bloody and deceitful man. Okay? That's who Esau Edom is, man. Clear trademarks all over him, man. So with that, all praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim doing and pushing this word in sincerity and truth worldwide. And a sincere shalom to the elect. As that Joshua chapter 24 and 14. To all the sincere brothers, you know, just gotta hang in there, man. We see Esau Edom about to take, you know, a big slide, a big L, as they say. Matthew chapter 24 and 13 to you all. And with that, Abad Babal. Shalom Akim.